Here it goes. Is this TikTok? No, this is. Wait a minute. That's
Where are
not
you?
TikTok.
Where are you at?
Yeah, that's not TikTok. I must have been on Facebook or no, I was on YouTube. Oops. Okay, live. There we go.
There we go.
What's the dark night of the soul? I forgot my Santa hat.
Welcome to Metaphysical Meanderings with Master Psychic Lana Duncan Hartgraves. Lana has been a practicing psychic for 25 plus years and has gifts of clairaudience, clairvoyance, and clairsentience. She is an empath, a medium, as well as a pet communicator and health advisor. This week, we talk about the dark night of the soul. However, first of all, we're just going to say, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, dear Lana, happy birthday to you. 29 years old, congratulations,
Yes,
that is fantastic.
I know. Same age as my daughter, right? So, yes, it's my birthday. And the reason that it's important is because anybody that knows me, I turned 55 and I retired. I officially retired now.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, and you have to understand that's why I'm doing this Dark Night of the Soul, you guys, because I want you guys to know that awakenings just don't happen overnight. Like you go through ups and downs, and I'm in the dark night of my soul also, but I understand it. So at least I can give you guys some support so that you understand so you can make it through.
And
Okay?
here's what we're going to do. For the last 15 minutes of the show, instead of everybody asking a question, everybody's going to give you their prediction for your next year. How's that?
Oh,
how fun would that be?
That's fun. You should try that. Hey, did you guys hear that? Okay. So if for everybody let me explain all this because I'm in the process. Hi Panta, how are you? For you guys, there's so many awakenings going on, since we started the pandemic, but also the Aquarius, which is the same thing as the pandemic. It all started at the same time.
Yeah.
And there's like 5 stages, and I need to write my ebook and get this book out here to you guys. Because usually the first step of all these, there's just kind of like there's 5 stages of grief, or like the stages of grief.
Mhm.
Well, there's 5 stages of an awakening, so that you understand. You've got your trauma and your aha moment, like, oh my god, like it just hits you like with a ton of bricks. Okay, then you got your shock and disbelief. Then you got your dark night of the soul. Then you got your submit to your awakening. It means you're just okay. I'm yours, God. And then you're in acceptance. So what I'm going to talk about is the dark night of the soul, so that you guys understand. Hi, Anna. Hi, guys. Thank you for the happy birthday. I got probably about, I think, like 500 wishes on TikTok. So
I hope they all come true.
I hope, hopefully. Okay, so my wish did come true. Like, I'm retiring, and
Yeah.
you guys, what's so funny is that I have friends who are also psychic. Us psychics need other psychics. So if you need a mentor, you need somebody. Hi, Jen. Okay, then what you guys need to do is talk to other people that do what I do, and you get and you make your own tribe, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they told me, I mean, at least 10 times, you have a windfall coming. You have a windfall coming. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Am I win the lotto? And they're like, it's like that. Well, I didn't know that they paid me to retire. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say how much, but it was a windfall. And it's invested and blah, blah, blah. And it's just, you start doubting it yourself, and then it happens. You're like, oh my God, they were right. And I'm always like, yeah. So anyway, I'm going to go through this whole dark night of the soul, you guys, because, um, yeah, I'm still young. Yeah. Well, that's right there is what, yeah, I am young to be retiring. And that is why I'm going through the dark night of the soul, because let you guys know, you get your aha moment, and that came about mid to late October when somebody said to me, you can retire, right? And I'm going, no, I can't. I got to work till I'm 60 something, whatever. And they go, oh, no, you better call because they're paying people to retire. And by the way, I still think that has a lot to do with why we have such a labor shortage, because everybody's just retiring. They're paying us to retire. Anyway, so that was my aha moment. And it came about 6 to 8 weeks ago. And I said to my friend, I'm like, who's a really good friend, I've known him for years. And he's like, oh, no, you can retire. You're 1 year older than me. I'm waiting. And I know. And I'm like, really? And he's like, no, really, call. And sure enough, that was my shock, my aha moment, because now I get to do what I want. And I want to do this. So to teach all you guys, because remember, I'm a master teacher. I am considered a master teacher in the state of Illinois. They consider us master teachers, and I've taught for 30 years. So, I just want to teach. I want to go from teaching middle school to teaching adults. And by the way, when I teach, does it seem like I teach to like 12-year-olds? Because it does seem like I teach to 12-year-olds. I don't know. I try to simplify it, I guess. And by the way, Kent, I thought I would share this with you really fast. I asked my students who are in 6th grade.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I want you to know, because we always say the kids, they don't know what's going on.
Right.
They're dumb. They're this, blah, blah. They're not getting taught. And I asked my kids, when was I born? Immediately, 1966. Well, what was happening during 1966? Well, let's see, the Beatles. And then I had somebody go, well, what war? And somebody raised their hand and go, the Cold War. And I go, that wasn't the one I was thinking, but you're right.
Yeah.
And then somebody said, no, the Vietnam War. And they got into a debate in the middle of my art class about the war. I was so thrilled to know that my younger generation knows history, that my teeth all probably fell out. I mean, I was very, very happy with that.
Yeah.
So it warmed my
They're
heart.
paying attention.
Warmed my heart. So anyway, let's get back to this. So we're going to get back to the dark night of the soul. And what the dark night of the soul is you have to have that dark place where you're at before you pull yourself out. And it's normal. Now, everybody, I've talked to you many times about awakenings, and awakenings don't just happen at one time. You may have one small one, one big one littler one, then another big one. It's all over the place. You hit certain ages too. Now, in my astrology chart, 55 is a very, very significant year. And I kept saying, well, that's interesting. Well, I'm looking, when I went 37 was big, 27 was big. And if somebody knows astrology, because like I've said, I'm a learner. I'm not an expert. I would say I'm not an expert to anybody, but I know what 55 was big, because I sat down with somebody who was showing me all my trines, all the different things that I had. And 55 was big. Well, I didn't understand that. Well, now I do, because that's what I'm going through right along with you guys.
Right.
So, I'm at a point where, okay, what's my next move? Do you know what I'm saying? And it's,
so
I've worked 30 years, guys. This is the only thing I know. I was 24 years old. What do I do now? Well, I kind of know, but it's kind of shocking.
Yeah. So you posted out on TikTok
yes.
about the dark night of the soul.
Yes.
So I did a little research, right?
Yes.
Because there's a poem called Dark Night of the Soul.
Yep.
There's different things. Yep. It's a term that goes back a long, long time.
Yes, it does.
Right.
Thousands of years. This whole system that I do is thousands of years old.
Yeah. It's a spiritual depression or existential crisis.
Yes.
Right. That's what the Roman Catholics say.
And what does an existential crisis mean? I took philosophy. Existential means, who am I?
Yeah.
That's who existentialism means. You're really analyzing who you are. So that is part of an awakening.
And where people who aren't in tuned, perhaps spiritually,
yes,
a lot of professionals will say it's clinical depression.
Yes, they will.
Right? They'll confuse it with that.
That's where a lot of people now, I've talked to counselors. I think
Yes.
everybody's meant to some type of therapist. I mean, come on, let's be honest. And I talked to one years ago who also was into what I do. And she completely, you know, and Jungian psychology accepts what I do as valid. And she said that a lot of times people will say you're clinically depressed. It's not, that's not it. What's going on is your soul growth.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to pull yourself out. And if you know, I'm going to go over what's going on with everybody, because the dark night of the soul is like one of the most difficult, trying parts of all of this.
Yeah.
Okay. So you usually have your Tower card. Now, you guys know what I mean by remember I guess I should start pulling cards again and explaining cards again.
That's always good.
Yeah, I get off the subject. It's metaphysical meanderings. Right?
That's right.
Anyway, so you know, a Tower card is a swift change that changes your perception. Yeah. That's what a Tower card is. It doesn't. I always get people on there that, oh, it's horrible, and I actually got into an argument with YouTube on YouTube with somebody about a Tower card. I said it's not necessarily bad. I've seen where good things have happened, but it does change your perception very quickly. It shakes you to your core. Okay. I think one of the times I got one was, I kind of think of where. I know that I got one time, and I thought it was like the best. I horseback ride. I have horses, right? And I thought I was a really, really super good horseback rider, and I am pretty good. I mean, I am. But I took a tumble, and it said I got a Tower card. I'm like, yeah, change of perception. Literally, I fell, because sometimes that's another Tower card thing when you're gonna take a fall.
Yeah. Literally
a fall. So anyway, so what you go through is you get your aha moment. And then you've got that shock and that disbelief, you guys. You're like, really? How is this happening to me? Okay. All right. Somebody said, thank you for being so fun. Yeah. So, you know, then you start going through. So listen to some of these things that you're going to go through. You're going to go through that anxiety and that depression. You know why? You're grieving, because you know you can't be the person you were before. You're grieving for the person you lost. That's yourself. That's what the anxiety and the depression, that's what it is. Now, with the anxiety and depression, what I find is that sometimes you get like a buzzing or a ringing. Have you ever had that?
Yep.
You get like a ringing in your ears, or you kind of like sometimes you even get heart palpitations. So yeah, I've had all of it. Okay. I've had all of it. Okay. Oh, this is funny. Okay. Hold on, you guys. Nope. Yeah. Somebody's trying to call me on another line. I'm gonna turn it off. So anyway, back to this.
Yeah. That's so Jen says the dark night of the soul sounds like the desert period, where the spirit takes a pause from spiritual learning. The time where we nap a lot, let the spirit process. You can ask for it to be shortened, she said.
Yeah. Well, you know, like I said, it's growth and down and growth and down and growth and down. And, you know, and you just have to process it. There's going to be a lot of anger. You know, a lot of anger is stuff you have to let go of. You may be angry at people in your past you haven't let go of. I noticed that there's a personality change in me. I'm not as I'm a fire sign. I have a temper. No. Hey, you're a Leo. You got to have a temper.
Yeah, I'm a Cancer Leo.
Cancer Leo cusp, but still.
I do.
Yes, you can have a temper. I do. You know, fire signs all have tempers. I mean, usually it's very hard, but I'm noticing in my mind that my temper I'm much more able to hold my temper.
Yeah.
I'm not as flying off the handle. I also notice the change of even somebody else.
Well, that's going to happen when you stop working with idiots.
You know what? I'm going to tell you, it isn't the kids.
Right. Now, I didn't say it was.
Never has been the kids, guys. Right. Never has been the kids.
Nancy says.
The adults.
Yeah. Nancy says, Lana, I just pulled an oracle card for you and I got awakening.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? I know. You're right. Thank you. You know, I know I'm in the middle of a huge awakening. I'm coming into my own, and I know it. And I have a very long life. I know that too. I'm supposed to. Yeah. And if anybody knows me, I'm extremely healthy. I'm like, gotta kind of watch what I eat. My blood sugar is kind of weird, but I'm not on any meds or anything. But I won't be surprised. There's so much that's been being shown to me. It's almost being thrown at me, and I've asked Spirit not to. And so be watching for extra stuff that's on my social medias, because you're going to start seeing things. I just got offered a new platform to do lectures and to do it's kind of like my Patreon, but it's in a bigger platform.
Nice.
So if my Patreons can follow me there. So, but workshops is what it is. And anyway, so you're right though. But you're like I said, you're mourning your old self. You're mourning your old way of life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's always fear. You know that. We all are
Yeah,
we're
always
afraid, you know, and everybody is. Even though I can see what I'm supposed to do, it's still, you know, you're afraid.
Yeah.
You know, it's just normal as a human being. So yeah. But what does Sharon say?
Sharon says, I predict you're going to enjoy your peace and quiet more than you think, and your farm animals are going to enjoy you as well. Spring, you're going to plant happy flowers, maybe sunflowers.
I do plant sunflowers every year. I do rows and rows of them. I'm, you know, what I think of for me, and I know that one of my things that I'm learning when I look at my own chart. So you have to understand, us astrologers, we learn from our own charts, so we understand how to read everybody else's. Mm-hmm. And that's what I've been doing, is studying my own. And then I pick a few people like Kent, and I start studying their chart, because ask him, I'm accurate. I was surprised.
Very accurate.
Yes, I was really surprised. I'm just, well, you know what? A good astrologer, a good medium, psychic, and astrologer is combined. Yeah. Because you're using all of your talents.
Yep.
Anyway, but mine, it's telling me that I'm supposed to be in balance. I'm out of balance. I'm working too much. I'm putting way too much energy in things I shouldn't be. It's that simple. And what's important is, remember, I'm a Taurus North Node, you guys. And if you're a Taurus North Node, you're how to make money spiritually. That's what you're supposed to do. So here I am doing that. And that's exactly what I'm supposed to do. Although I have to admit, I mean, I was an art teacher and I taught thousands. We figured I've taught over between 10 and 15,000 children.
Oh, I bet.
In 30 years.
Sure.
And so if you think about that, that was really spiritual, I guess. So anyway, but like I said, I'm in a shift and I know it. My kids say it. They can see it. They said that. Now, one of my students said to me, and I didn't say a word, they know I'm retiring. I have not made it any type of, I'm doing it mid-semester. I have not made it any type of
formality. Right?
I'm a Sag. Sages can't keep a secret. I don't know if you guys know much any other Sages. We don't keep secrets well, because we're too honest. And so I was honest with the kids. And one of the kids said to me, "Why does your aura look different today?" And so one of them said to me, and I'm like thinking, "Oh, I know why." And then and they don't understand that, but they can also feel I'm different, that there's a difference in me. So anyway, I think that was interesting, Yes, and you know what? Sag rising does count. I just had somebody who asked, they said something about, does Sag rising count? You better believe it. If you're a Sag sun, moon, or rising, anything I'm talking about Sag works for you. Now, I'm a Sag sun, a Pisces moon, and a Capricorn rising, and I'm a Sag cap cusp. So I'm always even though I'm the fun-loving Sag and all that, I'm the responsible one. Like, yeah, really, that's a Capricorn. So, and a moneymaker and a business person. So anyway, so back to this. So you've got here's some of the other things that might happen. All of a sudden, some of your negative habits decrease.
Decrease?
Like, decrease. Oh. You don't need them anymore. You don't need those crutches anymore, because your soul is in alignment. It's becoming aligned. So think about that. I've got a couple of bad. I like to shop. I mean, I'll be honest, I like to shop. I noticed I just don't do it as much anymore. Huh. I don't need to. I don't know. It's maybe your soul becomes happier during an awakening, and after your awakening, I believe so. But you don't need those things anymore.
Yeah.
So they kind of, the old has fallen away. I guess that's biblically speaking. So, okay. Some other things you go through is, why me? You may not admit that to yourself, but it is true. Why me? Why have I, but why? Okay. Especially when you have a really intense awakening, because this is a very intense awakening for me.
Mm-hmm.
Why? What? Am I special? No, not really. Do you know what I'm saying? You do go through that in your head going, well, why me? What'd you choose me for, to do this for? Is this going on for everybody? Yes, it does. I have seen some people that I know of personally that have never had an awakening. And they just weren't supposed to have an awakening. I don't know. They just weren't. Remember, we plan everything that we do when we come here, right, you guys? We come here and we plan. We've already planned it. That's what deja vu is. When you start having lots of deja vu, it's your soul saying, hey, you're on the right track. You're on the right track. So, okay. Some other things, you feel really super lost. Now, you guys, I know you guys know what I'm talking about, right? I know you know what I'm saying is true. You're lost and you're like, well, I'm so lost. And when am I going to find my way out of this? Now, this is the bad thing about all of this. It can last for quite a while. All right. It just can. That feeling lost. I remember about 6 years ago, I had a bit of an awakening. And I felt lost for a good year and a half, maybe even 2. And then I got back on my path. I got doing what I'm doing. And now, see, that's what I'm trying to tell people. Everybody always thinks that I had my awakening and I'm awake now. And no, you go up and down. You'll go backwards a little even. Then you'll go forwards again. Then you'll go backwards again. And you'll go up and down and all over the place, so that you understand that this is a process. Okay? And there's also other things that you do. You start searching for meaning. Like, well, why am I in this relationship with somebody? And I know that your circle of friends change.
Mm-hmm.
Big time. Like I don't know, but I can see through some people that I couldn't. They've always been good. They've been pretty good friends, but I've always had friends that other friends have warned me about them. I'm like, oh no, you just don't see it. You just don't know. But oh yeah, they were right. They were right. Yeah, I got somebody that uses me, and I when they need me, and now I back up and I look. It's like my eyes are open more. So yeah, but I'm gonna invite somebody in off of TikTok and see what I get. How's that?
There you go. See what happens.
See what happens. Okay. I wonder why it won't tap.
I don't know.
Won't tap. Well, you guys have to remember, I'm on Facebook. Am I on Instagram?
YouTube.
No, I post it to
Andy.
Andy. YouTube, Facebook, YouTube,
216
the net, and TikTok. So it won't tap. It won't let me.
Well, isn't that
Must not meant to be, right? Sorry, guys.
That's right.
I guess not. There, I tried.
Yeah. So Liz says, so true. Been going through it, the ups and downs and reversals, going on almost 2 years now.
Yep.
I'm tired.
Yep, Liz. But you have to remember, the bigger they are, the more you're supposed to be doing with it. And you guys know that the reason you go through these is to help others and serve humanity. So do you see what I'm saying? I mean, you know that something's coming. You know you're supposed to be doing it. You just don't understand it yet. I get it, because that's kind of where I'm at. I've actually got so much thrown at me right now. I can't get on. So much thrown at me right now as we speak that it's hard for me to like see through this. And I know I'm supposed to be mentoring other psychics. So if I'm like the psychic, especially on TikTok. So if you guys are also readers and, I'm mentoring people, if you guys want to be on my podcast, we don't know what number we've got right now, how many are watching, but we were it was between, my highest was 800,000. So it might be higher. Who knows? I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
We'll get it. Yeah, it's a long story.
Yeah.
Anyway, but so you're letting go also of what doesn't serve you.
Right.
And it's like this process, and I don't know how else to describe it. Okay. And where do you go from here? And so who knows? And everybody's different, and nobody knows. Okay. Oh, what's a good astrology book to start off with? Oh, I got a very good question. Oh God, what's it called? It's blue and it has the astrology on the front. something of birth dates. The Astrology of Birth Dates is a really good book for you guys to watch.
I was going to say Astrology for Dummies.
There is an Astrology for Dummies. You are right. But there is the Astrology of Birth Dates. It's probably about 25-year-old book.
Yeah.
And it's really super thick. It's blue. It's like a real brilliant blue, kind of like the 216 color blue. And that's a good place to start because it starts explaining. If you guys want to learn astrology, you learn from yourself because you lay your own chart out, and then because you know yourself so well, and then you go to other people, and that's the best, quickest way I have found. Okay.
Marissa says great.
Yes,
book.
I have that book. Great info. Thank you, Marissa. Yes, it's a pretty good book.
So a question's come in from a listener is, with this dark night of the soul, does it last longer if you fight it?
You know what? Good question. You can fight this all you want. It's going to happen if you want it or not. I mean, that you're going to get to a point where you're going to have to submit at some point. You can try to fight them. And yes, I've had some people that I've watched trying to fight. Like they shut it down. They try to shut down their spirituality. They try to shut down their religious experience, whatever. And it comes back even worse in another way.
Wow.
All the years I've done this, I've not seen people not do their awakening. They can't come. You can fight it all you want. It just prolongs the dark night of the soul.
Wow. Okay.
So, okay. But good question. So, tell me, I was just going to say yes. Okay. What's recently becoming easier? What does that mean? Oh, does that? Okay. I have a question here. It's on Facebook. I've been trying to downsize and had difficulty letting things go, but recently it's becoming easier. Does that mean I'm ascending? Yes. But the best way I've always said that the way to get through this quickly is to do something that scares you. To get yourself unstuck, because what happens is you're stuck. The dark night of the soul is stuck, and yes, you're fighting it. We all do fight it because okay, so here's my example. You're in a relationship, right? You've been in it for 30 years, right? Mm-hmm. It doesn't serve you anymore. You know it doesn't serve you anymore, but you fight it because you're like, because it's your ethics, it's your morals, it's what you were raised with, it was what your belief system. Well, that isn't your belief system. That was what you were taught to have as a belief system. So you're fighting and fighting and fighting, and then something really bad happens, like that forces that to be put forward. Because if you're supposed to be doing something else, Spirit's going to just take care of it for you. So you can either go with it, or you can just keep fighting it until something dramatic does happen. Okay. And I'm not going to say anything really bad dramatically, but I know several people where they knew they should have been out of a relationship for 20 years, and then the spouse up and died. Do you see what I'm saying? And it was almost like it was uncanny. Do you know what I'm saying? And it was supposed to happen because you were supposed to ascend and you didn't. Do you see what I'm saying? So I don't know how else to say it. I just know that right now I'm going with this. I'm scared to death. I'm going to be honest with you guys, because I'm retiring, but I'm not making enough to live off of. And I've got investments, blah, blah, blah. But so I have to work part-time. I was just telling Kent that anybody that says right now that the job situation is great and I've had 100 places I have applied to part-time, and not one person has called. One. And I'm like, I know they don't want to hire me. I got 2 master's degrees and 30 years of teaching experience, but still, I don't know. I think that a lot of that's just a bunch of crap that they keep saying, well, we are looking for people and you're lazy. But I want to work. Hire me, so yeah. But,
Jen says, I'm an indigo kid. My first awakening was 5. Okay. I remember going out of body, then coming back in and thinking, I'm here now. As in, okay, can't back out now. Second awakening was 17 years old, followed by the dark night of the soul because I couldn't find like-minded spiritual people.
Yes. You have to find your own tribe. Yes, you have to find your own tribe. I'm feeling very comfortable with my not my TikTok, my Patreons. Very much like a little family at this point. I actually have to post. Don't worry, Patreons. I'm posting a Dark Night of the Soul video that I'm going to have you guys check out before anybody else gets. Okay.
And then Jen says, for your birthday, check out outschool.com and teach there.
Okay. Thank you.
outschool.com.
You know, I've even gone remote. I've gone on to
Mhm.
repeatedly went to remote places to teach. I could do stuff like that. I did it for a year. My whole school district was closed for a whole year.
Yeah.
And I know how to teach online really well. I'm very, very techno savvy. Obviously, all the social media crap I'm into.
Yeah.
Anyway, but and it's just been kind of weird. It's just you know why? You know what I really, really, truly think? Spirit doesn't want me doing any of that. I think they want me doing this.
Yeah.
So I just have to go with it. And I know, and I have a little faith.
Yeah. Marissa says, Lana, you're explaining the Tower of Tarot and its energy.
Yes, I am. And you are right. I am explaining the tower card. And I want you to understand that a tower card, you know, I don't have my tarot cards, or I'd pull a tower card for you. But I just don't, because I don't, sometimes I carry them on me. I just don't have any today. But in the tower card, it's, if you think about it, the tower card has his lightning bolt coming down. It's kind of, oh, he's looking it up right now. There we go. Thank you. Yeah, you can pull it up onto my screen. It's on my screen at 216 the net. And it's a lightning bolt hits, and the people were in the tower enjoying their view. Well, all of a sudden they're falling to the ground, and so their perception has been changed. That is what a tower card is. Okay. And so if I take a little bloop like that, I've got like 5 screens in front of me. So I'm reading different people's advice or what they're asking.
Yeah.
So I got several people that want to know here on TikTok if I am going to actually take questions. So how about
it's her birthday. Everybody's supposed to tell your predictions for her next year.
And by the way, keep watching. I've got at least 30 to 40 predictions for next year. So the very first week of January.
I'm excited.
Yes, because they were pretty.
We hit a lot of them this year. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, I was pretty accurate. I went about 85%. I would say.
Yep. At least
something like that. I think that's what you said. Yeah.
So some that I put asterisks by going cuckoo.
I know you're thinking I was crazy. Yeah. Yeah. I got a couple that I wrote down that I think are nuts too. And I have to remember, I do them at night. I wake up, I keep a pen by my bed. I wake up in the middle of the night and I start writing. And I wake my husband up. He gets mad at me. He goes, what are you doing? At me. And I'm like, sorry, because you can hear me write because of the way I write it on my phone. Yeah. You get, that's what it does. And he was like, what are you doing? I said, I'm writing because they're telling me to. So that's what I do. So be watching this, because when it'll say predictions on it.
It'll be about 3 weeks from today.
In about 3 weeks. I won't be here Christmas or New Year's. So, but I will be back the first of the year. Okay. Go ahead. What we've got. I'm trying to read all these people.
Yeah. So there's the tower card. You got a little bit of sunshine. You got it being struck by lightning. Looks like some people.
Well, notice their perception has changed on the card.
Yeah.
That because they were up at the top looking out, now all of a sudden they're falling to the ground looking down.
Yeah.
And you have to remember that's what's supposed to happen. Your perception has changed. Now, if it's an upside down tower card, they look like they're falling up, but it's a shock, a blow, but it's just not as intense. There's also another card that represents that. There is the Knight of Swords, which means change, but it's not as severe as a tower card. Oh. So sometimes you can pull them and they'll mean something sort of similar. Okay. So let you guys know that. All right. And
yes, they are universal predictions. They're for
what time am I going to share them? I am going to. Oh, a big fan from Newfoundland, Canada. Hello, I got a lot of Canadian people. Matter of fact, I've got time on my phone for Canada because I have so many followers in Canada. This will be right at this time, 11:30 Sunday morning here at 216thenet.com. I'm in a podcast station, and it will be what's that date?
Well, what is that?
Look at date up. The 6th, 8th.
Yeah, I think it's
6th,
the
4th.
Let's see for a second.
I want to say the 7th.
The 9th, maybe.
Hold on. We'll look at the.
I believe it's the 9th.
The 9th. Okay, so January 9th.
2022.
2022, and you'll be able to ask questions too.
Which keep in mind
that's my big
6.
show. That's where I usually get close to 1 million people
that's
watching.
Right.
So
that's right.
So because I didn't realize, that was another thing I went through. That was part of an awakening also. It was about 2018. I started doing on the national predictions. I was kind of scared to do the national predictions.
You had
I
some
mean,
universal
you're putting yourself
ones
out there.
And you had some universal ones too.
Yeah. Well, but you know what I'm saying? You're putting yourself out there and it's scary. And I started doing it about 18 or 19. And I wanted to say that I did not predict the pandemic, but I predicted the changes it was bringing. And if you guys look on my old Facebook post, you'd have to scroll back if you go on my Facebook. On Lana's Enchanted Sky, or actually it's Lana, the comedian medium. No, Lana's the painting medium. Facebook won't let me combine the two. Anyway, and you'll see the postings coming where I saw all the riots. All the Black Lives Matter riots. I saw guns. And I kept saying I don't understand, but I kept writing it down and sharing it with everybody. So that is what I see. I get what I see. I'm clairvoyant. I'm clairaudient too. They'll talk to me. So, and those are my two modalities. Everybody, by the way, has a modality. So if you're a psychic and a medium, and I got tons of people on my TikTok that are also psychics and mediums, your modality may not be a medium. It may not be, and if you are a medium, it may be you're transcendent. I feel like, okay, I do a little of a combination, but mostly I'm clairaudient. I hear, because I'm one of these people, like, I have a very photographic type of memory, but if you tell it to me, I process it better. And so that just to let you guys know. So, okay. So back to all this. I'm in the same spot you guys are. And at least I know some of you guys have been there. And Kent, I know you're in the middle of one. So don't you just laugh, because I predicted it.
Yeah.
And if you remember our conversation, I said to you, it was a near-death experience, and you go, of me?
Yeah,
I go,
exactly.
no, it's somebody you know. And yes, we know.
Yeah.
And it did happen, just like I said it would happen. And I was not using my psychic ability, I was using astrology.
Yeah.
So I'm learning it, and it takes years, you guys. I mean, oh my goodness. I just learned about sextiles and trines, and I'm just now starting to understand degrees. So it's like flooring me that it's this complicated. It's this ancient. And people say it's pseudoscience, because I don't care what anybody says. Give me your chart, give me your time of birth and everything. And it's uncanny. It's uncanny. Yes, and I still say it has to do with time. I still say it has to do with time. Okay. It has to do with time jumping. You know what people always say, well, how do you do what you do? And I still say that I'm able to time jump slightly. I still say that I think that's what I can do.
Yeah. I think if you're going in and out of this realm, there's got to be a piece of that.
Yeah. I think I always say E equals MC squared. You know, I shared that on TikTok, didn't I?
Yes,
just recently that I said, energy is neither created nor destroyed, and that it goes from one form to the other. Well, what do you think? What do you think the soul is? So yeah. But anyway, with that said, we got any other questions? Anything else?
What is the most negative tarot card Ida had put up?
Negative?
There? Yeah.
I don't see.
Or the worst.
I don't see any negative cards, because I'm a Sag. Sages, if you guys are Sag, you guys know we don't.
Right.
I can be, but I just am a positive reader. Now, I don't see bad in any of them, but I would say there are some. I would say the Tower card is more potentially bad. I do know that even when I pull a Tower card, I'll kind of cringe a little. Okay, what's going on? And it isn't always bad, but a lot of times there's something that you don't want to happen. Another one's the Five of Pentacles. You're down and out. Now, this is how I view that card. Okay, the Five of Pentacles is a card where these people are down and out. They may be sick. They may be, but they're walking in front of a church. The church is going to give them solace. And I always say that they're searching for their help, their solace. I want to say also the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords. It's got a heart with 3 swords sticking in it. That one, you guys. Yeah, that one. There's pain, there's suffering, there's cutting, there's letting go. That's what that card means. Sometimes there's surgery. That's what I get when I see the Three of Swords. So see, there are some that I try really hard not to see the negative in it. Like I said, there's a cutting and a letting go. And if you ever see me watch me on my YouTube. So join my YouTube, follow me. You'll see me. I always say there's a letting go, there's a cutting away, and we just got a Tower card. Don't freak out. That's the first thing I say, because we all want to freak out when we see a Tower card. It's true. So but with that said, is there positive and negative card? That's how you know. Google yes or no tarot. You can do yes or no. You don't have to pull cards even for yes or no. There's other ways. There's pendulum, stuff like that. I did get something on here about how do you know it's yes or no? I will tell you, if you ever pull a sun card, yes. Okay. You can also for when you're pulling tarot cards and you have the deck of standard 78 cards, that gets real easy, because if it's positive cards, it's a yes. That's how you know. And there's certain cards that lay 6 of Wands, a 4 of Wands. There's just certain ones that you just know. There's also people that do the pendulum. Now, everybody said, I just had somebody on here on my TikTok that asked, what about the pendulum? Does that work? It works because it's psychological. It's not magic. None of this is magic. You do understand this, right? But what it is you're controlling it with your mind. Your mind is the most powerful thing that God has ever created. And you can control 95% of all of this with your mind. I still don't think, because anything, what I've noticed on a tarot reading, anything you've been thinking about in the last 24 to 48 hours is in that reading. So I just want you guys to know that. So back to the awakenings, because we got off the subject, but that's what metaphysical meanderings is about. So this is one thing I have to say. Be extra easy on yourself. If you're going through that dark night of the soul and with that anxiety and that depression, do something you enjoy deeply. Do something to take care of you as you pull yourself out of it. To me, it's my birthday, so I'm going to go have a spa day, I think. I'm going to do that. They deserve it, I guess. I don't know. We'll think about it. But anyway, so just a thought, okay? There's a positive and negative card. That's how you know. Okay. Negative energy for December for the world. I'm not quite sure what that means. Negative energy for December for the world. Well, okay. I don't agree with you, but okay. So it's just what you believe then. How long can we be going through this? Oh, okay. I got a prediction on that. That's going to be on my podcast.
There you go.
And I already got the answer, and it's not probably what you want to hear. But yeah, no, it's not. It's going to be longer than you think it is. Although I do want to say that next year you're going to see it things are going. Remember I predicted last year that it would start to get better, and then it would go up and down, but overall it would be.
Yeah. And
so you're going to see an increase of things starting to get better, I guess,
quote unquote,
in a way. Yeah. See, look, I got people calling.
There you go.
Anyway, yes. All right. So how are we doing this, Kent?
Are you ready? All right. So if you have a question, give it to Lana. If you have a prediction for her on her birthday, give her the gift of, here's what I see for you.
Yeah. And by the way, on my TikTok, there's so many people on here doing free readings. And when are they going to realize, I've been doing this for 25 years, that you can't be giving everything for free. It's called compassion burnout, but compassion fatigue.
Whew.
You are going to
exchange energy.
Yep. You have to have an exchange of energy, and you are creating karmic debt.
Yep.
You have to do something. And I don't always say money. Trust me. I've had some people that I can't pay you, but I got this great joke to tell you, because I always tell them on my YouTube. And I'm like, okay, you make me laugh. That's good. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So just to let you guys know.
That's it.
Okay. So,
all right, let's get this going. Princess says, Lana, what guardian angel is closest to me? I've had such an off time the past 2 years. I want to ask for guidance and thank him or her for their help. And I predict a great year for you.
First of all, everybody has their own personal angel, right?
Mhm.
And then you also have your archangels that you can invoke. And everybody, I want to say the one that's coming to you is your spiritual angel. And I don't know where I get this from, but I want to say he has like a name of like Miguel. And you can like, I don't know why I get the names I get, but they feel like that's what I'm supposed to tell you. That's kind of like being that transcendent thing. I feel
Yeah.
a certain way.
There you go.
And I'm almost losing my TikTok phone, so
Yeah,
I
you're
might be
almost done.
losing TikTok here soon.
Put it
So
on that
sorry
stand.
if I do.
Put it on the stand next to you.
So
That little thing right
will
there
it,
is a charger.
Yeah, but will it?
Yeah.
No, it won't charge.
Oh, you must have some metal there or something.
No.
It
Here,
should
hold
charge
on.
you.
So hold on. Maybe if I pull it out.
There you go.
Maybe like that.
Like that, maybe?
Yep.
There you go.
There you go.
Look at that.
All right, TikTokers. Okay.
All right, here we go. Sharon says, do you think global warming will turn around in the next few years?
No. It's going to get worse before it gets better. Good question, though. No, I really don't. Okay. Somebody has asked me January 9th, what time Pacific? That's 2 hours, so it'd be your 9:30 at Pacific time. Yep. Here on 216thenet.com. I'm on a podcast station. Okay. Let's see what else. Go ahead.
Jackie says, for my career, I passed the written state test last month. Yay. I just took the state test for the oral dictation and hopefully get results this week. What do you think? I passed the written test. Didn't I tell you? I think, Jackie, I think I told you were. Oral dictation and hopefully get the results this week. You're fine because you're supposed to be doing that. Now you aren't gonna. I don't know why it's gonna take a little longer than you thought to get your results back completely, or certificate, or it's because it's something more in February. I don't know what that means, but I'm supposed to tell you that. Okay. Yeah. I got another question here. This was a rough year. I lost 2 sister-in-laws in 6 weeks. Sorry, Lori. How long do you need to wait to try the reading after they pass? You know what? Great question. I have had where if they knew they were sick, they knew they were going to go, it is immediate. Then I've had other where the people have been in a lot of pain. There's been a lot of negative stuff they're carrying, and you don't see them for a few months because I think this is what I feel on the other side, and I see it, and they've shown me that they cocoon them. You guys know what those cocoons are, where there's nothing in them, and they're like little pods, and it's got water in them, and you go in there, and you're void of all emotions and everything. They do the same thing on the other side. Yeah. And once they're healed and better, there they come. And I'm sorry, but Pete was, before he was even gone, was talking to me. So, I mean, he knew, and he said to me, he knew he was supposed to go. Yeah. So if you get that, well, he's a jerk. Anyway, as a Pisces sun, Liz says, and with Jupiter transitioning to Pisces soon, will 2022 finally bring me the luck change I have been feeling? I feel a shift coming for me. I need it.
Well, Pisces is a really, really super positive sign. I'm a Pisces moon. And Pisces, God, I can't remember astrologically. See, I should be writing it down and bringing it with me. Okay. And I know there's a lot of really, really good shifts for Pisces. Pisces is one of the big ones. Pisces and Jupiter, no. There's a huge planet, and it's just really super, all of it's super affecting Pisces. And I know that it is because I know that that's part of my chart too. So like I said, I can't remember. I'd have to look it up, but yes, there should be, you're having a huge shift. There is. And it's going to happen for you around, there's going to be something significant in April to May. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome. Anna says, will my landlord be raising my rent, and will it be a lot?
Yes, but not a lot. Maybe $100. Not that much. You can do this. Okay. You're okay. I do feel like you might want to move, though. Are you trying to get a house or trying to move? Just a thought. I don't know where I picked that up. So, yep.
No, I just got one. Thank you. Ida says, hey, Lana, I will have my first ultrasound on the 31st of December. I'm hopeful, but can't lie. I'm terrified, too. Will I hear good news?
I feel like they're going to do another ultrasound, but that one will be okay. I don't know if they can't read it or they think something's wrong. So if something does go like that, Ida, don't worry about it. Go for the next one. You'll be fine. There's something about having to have another one. I don't know what that means. So,
Twins.
Okay.
Twins.
I'll never know.
Never know.
I'll never know.
Emma says, hi, Lana. I recently started dating a guy called Ben who has suddenly gone quiet. Do you see him coming back, or should I forget him and move on?
Move on.
Thank you in advance.
I'm quick.
That was quick. You know what?
Okay.
You know it's her.
On my TikTok, I've been working on me last 2 years and manifesting a Scotsman, and it's coming to light slowly. Any tips? Don't force anything.
Yeah.
And just thank your lucky stars. Show gratitude every day. And that is one of the most positive ways to manifest, is showing your gratitude all the time. Okay.
Marissa asks, hey, are there any spiritual messages from my spirit guides?
Marissa, slow down. You're going at breakneck speed. Slow down. You're trying to do too much. It's going to start to affect you, like health wise. Slow down. Yeah. Okay. I just need clarification if I need to quit my job. Yes, but make sure you have something lined up. I feel like if you just go ahead and just quit it, you're gonna really regret that. Put something in place so that you can walk out and tell them to kiss off. Okay.
Take this job and shut
it.
Emily says, energetically, the collective as a whole, we are going through a shift.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that I am putting on my yearly predictions, is that you're going to see people be nicer. Believe it or not.
Praise God.
I know. Praise God. People are going to get nicer. I see it happening. I see it coming. Yesterday I was in eating dinner with my brother-in-law, and I said to him, I really think that the America's there's going to be a lot of positive stuff happening for the people.
Yeah. Cool.
And Medicare, Medicare for all, and he's like, that'll never happen. And I go, well, why do you think that? Because of this and that. And I go, but I know I can see it. I can see it. And you know what? You have to remember, I don't know why my father-in-law comes to me so much, because he used to call me every name in the book. But anyway, I guess he's trying to make up for lost time. And anyway, no, seriously. I mean, I can't even say to you what he used to call me. He used to call,
No.
Yeah, like the big one. He used to call me all kinds of names because I'm a very strong woman. And he was he was very much a misogynist. And now that he's passed, he comes and talks to me all the time. I still think that might be the things that are on some of my videos.
Oh, maybe.
Because if you guys, when I came last year at Christmas, I had an orb sitting on my shoulder that was blue green, and it floated away. Now here's it gets even weirder. So my sister-in-law calls me, and that would be her dad. And she goes, Lana, what is this? And right in front of her, when she snapped the pictures, there's an orb, and it's blue-green. And I go, it's your dad. And she's like, well, how do you know that? I said, because he's been in my videos. And so I think that not that I'm switching the subject again, but I think that people on the other side have opportunities to make things right. I don't know. I used to be a total skeptic of that. But now that I look at so many people who've crossed and I've talked to them, they say, will you please forgive me about things? And as I'm talking, as I'm reading for somebody. So if you guys want a reading, I do mediumship.
Yep.
And they'll say, will you forgive me? Now, and it's an interesting thing. I know healing is for ourselves, but they have actually, my grandmother came through, and she always played favorites, and it wasn't a little bit. We're talking, it was bad. And I was always the least favorite. I think that's why I don't favor my own children, because I know what it feels like.
Sure.
And she asked me to forgive her. And I know that the forgiveness is for myself, but that was a very interesting thing for that to happen.
Yeah.
So it seems to me that they come through trying to help make things better.
That's cool.
So just a thought. Okay.
Mary Jane says, Lana, is my hubby passing before February? And then she follows that up by saying, I predict a powerful influx towards your health center in 3 to 4 months. Congrats.
I hope so. That would be well. Okay, you guys don't know, so I'm going to tell you. So, all right, I on my property, I'm on Native American soil. I live near Beloit, Wisconsin. I live between Beloit and Janesville, Wisconsin, equal distance, and there are 9 mounds. Well, we know for a fact that that was a sacred ground also, and I may be converting one of my buildings into something. So you are correct. Guess got to get the funding, right? So that's what we're looking for. But and I'm thinking that it would be perfect if I could buy the land behind me that goes down to I have a creek behind me, and so that would be cool too. But yes, you are correct. Okay, so your question?
Yeah, is her hubby gonna pass over before February?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Tamberly says, will I get a good job at the beginning of the year?
No, it'd be more like around late February, early March. Okay.
And Christopher then follows up and says, hi, Lana, how will my final go this Tuesday for my drag competition, or finale go this Tuesday for my drag competition?
Okay, Christopher.
Helps if I can read the question.
How will my finale go this Tuesday? I want you to really, really put it into high gear. I think somebody important's watching. Awesome. I don't say things like that very often, do I?
No.
I'm telling you, somebody's watching. It can lead to something really big for you. Okay.
That's awesome.
All right.
That's awesome. Penny Joe asks, hi, Lana. My husband passed away in November. Any messages for me?
Did he have dark hair? Was it parted on the side? And he sometimes had facial hair? Penny Joe, tell me. Because I see somebody coming through with dark hair and kind of peppery colored, a little bit of gray peppery, and with a mustache. Do you know who that is? It might see. Sometimes it could be a grandparent also, or a parent. But I'm just wondering if that's him, because sometimes they bring people with them. So sometimes the strongest energy will come through first to me. Like if your grandma was super outgoing, that's who will come through first.
She says yes.
It is. Okay.
Yes.
There must be a joke here, Penny, because he goes something about shopping too much. And he laughed. So I don't know what that means. Was he kind of a penny pincher or something? Because he kind of chuckled when he said it. But he wants to tell you that he's very proud of how you've made this, how you've made through this and gotten through this. And he is, I don't know, are you dating anybody? Because you will be, because he's sending you somebody. I'm supposed to tell you that. Okay. So when you see something uncanny happen, something weird, and you're like, how did that? Because it was sent to you. You were blessed with it. Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Cool.
Yep.
Cool. May asks, will my younger daughters be doing well in university?
One of your daughters, Mel, it's May. Hi, May. Yeah. One of your daughters will not continue. They're going to go a different route than college. Not at that university. They're going to do something different. One of them will and one of them won't. I'm not saying bad or anything. I just feel like they don't think it's that for them. Okay. Now, I've got a couple of people who are also writers. Yeah. So you guys know I'm a published author. And so I back you guys too. I actually thought about getting into publishing, trying to help all these people that are doing spiritual books because, anyway, yes, you're going to get another book. And here's what's very interesting. Should I move on as well? I'm overthinking, or is he feeling toxic and I'm a Pisces? Well, you're a Pisces and we all overthink, overfeel, and we're too hard on ourselves because I know. I feel like you might have a second shot with that person. I don't know. It's what you want. Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
All right.
A prediction for your birthday from our good friend Ida. Okay. I see lots and lots of flowers and bees around you. Are you starting a honey business?
No, but Ida, during the summer, I have thousands of bees because I grow. You guys know what hostas are, right? I also run a hosta farm. And so what I did is I just started buying hostas that I liked. And then what I do is I split them and then sell them. And so in the summer, it's just full of bees. And yes, around the corner from me, there are hives. So maybe that's what you're seeing. You are right. Okay. So let's see. Teal says, Teal, I know. Hi, Teal. I know a lot of you guys. And that's what's so neat. If you will become my tribe. And I know that. Teal says, if things don't change as of now, timing wise, we will be clear but scared of hiccups in between. She's talking about, okay, we have a family vacation planned soon and dealing with a COVID exposure case. Do we need to be prepared for us for not being able to go? You're going. Go take a rapid test. You're fine. Don't worry about it. You're fine. You're going.
There you go.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Jen says, will Kent be ring in the new year with us at the end of the month?
Say what?
Yeah. Will I be going down to their house to celebrate the new year? Probably the answer is yes to that. I can say.
So how is Kent related? How are you? Who's Kent? How is
she's actually the godmother of Colette, my middle daughter.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
See these things. I've talked to Jen before. Okay.
Yes.
I'm just like, did you say mid-January, right?
No, we're bringing the new year at the end of the month.
Oh. I don't know. It's then. I feel like it's after that.
Oh, we see each other all the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I feel like it's after that, like a week or two after that, though.
They may be coming up to our house,
they
our
might
new
be coming
place
up here, and
yeah.
you're going back there. Okay, that might be what it is because it doesn't feel like it's at New Year's. So okay, all right.
Yeah, Christian asks, does anyone in my family have something to say to me? I always love hearing from them. Thanks,
Christian. You have a little lady who is real petite. Her hair is kind of like short and it's dark, but it's wavy, like an old fashioned haircut, like really
1920s.
Like, yeah, like 30s maybe, like when they would have like bobby pins,
yeah,
and they would make them wavy. Very quiet. She's wearing a sweater that you button up. Is that a grandma or great grandma? But she likes what you do, and she thinks you're awesome. She loves what you do. Go for it.
Wow. Awesome.
Okay.
Nancy wants to know what your PayPal account is, please.
My PayPal account is, you want to put it on there? You can PayPal me, but at Enchanted Sky, but you can also do L, because remember my name's Lana, Hartgraves. That's my LHARTGRA at Gmail. I had to change it. LHARTGRA at gmail.com. Yeah, I'm doing readings after this, you guys. I got like about 4 or 5 I got to do. And remember, you guys, I'm not trying to get rich. I'm just trying to pay bills. Yep. And I also guarantee my mediumship. If I can't connect to somebody, I'll give you your money back.
Absolutely.
That's the right thing to do. That's one thing I do. I have very high morals. So, okay. I got lots of people throwing questions up here. Will Angel and I get back together? Yeah.
All right,
not for a long time. Not for long though.
We're running a little bit over. It's your birthday, so we got time. We got time for 2 more. Teresa says, "Will I ever win big on a scratcher? I'm addicted."
What is big to you? 2,500.
Oh, that's pretty big.
That's not bad. You're not gonna win like the big one, but yeah, you're gonna win like a bigger one.
And then Christopher Trevino says, "How does my friend Jorge Dozel feel about me?"
He likes you and he thinks you're funny. Like you're entertaining to him.
Oh.
Okay.
Welcome in, Jesse. Been guided to this channel. That's awesome. Somehow going through a dark night experience.
Good.
Yep.
Good.
We just went over that.
No, you're not alone.
Yeah.
Okay, we're all going through it, and collectively, the human species is growing spiritually as we speak because of the age of Aquarius.
That's it.
All right, guys.
That's it. Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in here to Metaphysical Meanderings with Master Psychic Lana Duncan Hartgraves. Thanks for getting caught in the net. To everybody out there, enjoy Christmas and ringing in the new year. We'll be back with predictions on the 9th. In the meantime, if you want a reading, if you need some tarot card, follow, like, subscribe, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all that good stuff. For Enchanted Sky, or just go out to www.enchantedSky.com, or right here you can go to 216thenet.com and go to her page on our website. It'll take you right to hers. For all of us here at 216 the Net, thanks for getting caught in the net with us this morning, and be good to each other and enjoy the holidays.